y'all. How y'all doing? Okay. Before I get started, I want to let you know if you hear a whistle sound, you don't have to look around and see where it's coming from. See, it's my new teeth. And I'm not quite used to them yet. So one day I went to the store and this man was looking at me all funny. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do the same thing you did. Get all my teeth pulled. I'm like, oh! I got to put my teeth on. So now before I leave, I go, keys, teeth. Okay, I'm straight. Okay, now that I got that out the way, I am the 20th century grandma who tells it like it is. This was good, yeah. Now I know this is the 21st century, but I became a grandmother in the 20th century. Because my oldest grandbaby is 22. The youngest is 4. I have 8 of them. Thank you very much. I had nothing to do with that. My kids did that. I appreciate the acknowledgement. Now I'm old school. I believe kids should be seen and not heard. Speak when they're only spoken to. And a child needs to stay in a child's place. Right? Because I've raised my kids by Proverbs 22:15. Y'all know that? Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child. But the rod of correction will surely drive it away. See, we didn't have to worry about child protective services back then. We beat them with anything we could find. I mean, if I could find a belt, a strap, a stick, extension cord, a switch, a shoe, whatever, I didn't care. And it wasn't a problem. But nowadays, these kids look wrong, don't they? 12-year-olds look like they're 24. And I blame it on the food. I remember when McDonald's was a special treat, it wasn't a daily supplement. And chicken and noodles, you use real chicken. Not a little packet that said chicken flavor. We didn't have that back then. But then when you look at chickens nowadays, what are they doing to the chicken? I mean, a chicken that look as big as my thigh. Because they injected it with hormones. That's why these kids look wrong. Okay, not only do they look grown, they act grown too, don't they? Yeah. Oh my God, it's horrible. These poor kids in school. I mean, Lord, if they ever needed prayer, they need it now. Amen. But they don't have prayer in school, so Lord help them. Now, I teach an after-school program called Girl Talk. These poor little girls, they just needed somebody to confide in. Because most of the time, they didn't even know who their daddy was. So their daddy wasn't in the house. And then their mama had all these boyfriends. His boyfriends was hitting on them. They just didn't know. Sometimes they come in there smelling funky. And I'm like, baby, you just need to wash up on your arms. You know, get some of your mama deodorant. It's kind of tight. So I'm just saying, you know, we built a rapport. So they felt comfortable with asking me anything that came to their mind. So one day this little girl said, how old shall I be when I start having sex? I'm like, having sex? You need to worry about reading, writing, and arithmetic, not having no sex. She said, well, my mama told me that she started having sex when she was 15, and she know I'm gonna start having sex early. I'm like, okay, did your mama campaign for Sarah Palin? She's like, huh? I'm like, no, sweetie. And then I had to think, because you know you have to be really careful what you say to kids in school, because you can get in trouble. So I was like, Lord Jesus. Oh, that's right. David did say in Psalms 27:10, when your father and your mother forsake you, the Lord will take care of you. So I said, sweetie, your body is a temple. That's right. It's sacred. Do not give it up before you get married. I said, because there's an old saying, why should a man buy the cow when he can get the milk for free? My grandma told me that. She said she found out after she gave up 10 gallons. But I'm just saying, little girls, don't do that. And I like to share my experiences with them. You know, I said, you know, because I got caught up in the fairy tales when I was growing up. Because when I was 18, which was 40 years ago, I married who I thought was my knight in shining armor. But we did not live happily ever after, because it only lasted a year and a half. And then when I was 27, I got married again. I mean, I kissed the frog because I thought he was going to be Prince Charming. And you know what? All I ended up with was with this wart. That's all I ended up with, you know? So it's like, okay, what I'm doing now, Lord, I'm living by Psalms 27:14. I am waiting on the Lord. I am being of good courage, because I know He is strengthening my heart. You hear me? I'm waiting on the Lord. I just hope we can get rid of this war. But anyway, I'm telling you, don't be in such a hurry. And you know, it's hard because society and the media, they're always flashing stuff about looking for your soulmate, going online, going on the chat line. And I read where this woman has spent $700 to $1,000 trying to find a soulmate, a spiritual soulmate. Hey, I'm like, you know what? She should have tied 10% of that money and got on the prayer line. You know what I'm saying? Because Jesus on the main line. Tell them what you want. Oh, Jesus on the main line. Tell them what you want. He don't have caller ID, but he know who you are. He don't put you on call waiting, cause he'll answer your call. Woo! Jesus on the main line. Tell him what you want. Oh, Jesus on that main line. Tell him what you want. I'm E Square. See ya.
Y'all keep going for E Square. And see, the grandma and her grandchildren is 20. I said she must be a great grandmother too. Are you a great grandmother too? E Square?
Great grandma.